See, I've been training all my life to reach my present day place. I've been working in the dark just to extend the light. I've been overlooked for years, but never.
What's up, guys? Ross Robinson here. Getting ready to go to Sweden tomorrow morning, leaving bright and early, and just packing my bags. I'm gonna go over there and ride and have some fun. Pretty cool opportunity, but I've had some questions about, after I did the climb glove video, I had some questions about my entire pack and my preparedness when in the backcountry. So being a guide, snowmobile guide at BBA for 4 years, and then also spending a lot of time guiding in the backcountry on rivers and also in the mountains, I've learned how important it is to be prepared for a number of different situations. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what I have in my tunnel bag on my snowmobile, and then also a few key items I carry in my Avalanche pack along with my Avalanche gear. So first thing that I differentiate a few things. So if I absolutely am going to want it to stay overnight, then it's going to be on my back. So if for whatever reason I'm separated from my snowmobile or can't get to my snowmobile in the horrible event of an avalanche and I'm out but I can't find my snowmobile and I'm staying overnight, whatever may happen, I want that stuff on my back. So I'm going to start with the things that I carry on my back at all times, and then move on from then what goes on my snowmobile. So a couple things inside my Avalanche pack. So I run Highmark Ridge by Snow Pulse. This is a great light small backpack. It's got the Avalanche system in it. They're the airbag system, and I obviously have my shovel, probe, all that stuff. Carry my beacon on me, and that's time for another video. But inside here, I have a little. This is just a little emergency bivvy, and it might just give me peace of mind, but if anything, it might help me out a little bit. So that's what I would look for. Just something little, super small, lightweight. I'm not trying to have a huge, heavy backpack. So I carry my little emergency bivvy. Hopefully it's gonna do something, might not do much. Biggest thing though is fire. So if I'm overnight, I'm gonna have a huge fire. I'm gonna spend most of the night tending to that fire. So I carry a lot of different ways to start a fire. I've got 2 just standard lighters, because every once in a while I like to start a little fire just for fun. So got a couple standard lighters. I have flint and steel, and I also have a, it's actually denture shaving. So when they make your dentures, they have this like weird kind of pink putty that comes and is hardened, and it burns really well and really long. But maybe I'll do another video about different fire starters and stuff later on. So that also goes in there. My fire starters. I do carry my first aid with me as well. So fire starters go in there. First aid. So I'm not going to dive into my first aid kit, but this is one that I built. I really highly suggest if you spend any time in the backcountry for an extended period of time or with groups of people, get some sort of first aid training. I'm a woofer, so that is a wilderness first responder. It's a 10-day course, and it's really a lot. It's great. It gives me the ability to kind of know what's going on and what I can do to help a situation. So it's one step below like a wilderness EMT, but just great training, best course I've ever taken. And then from that course, I was able to build this medical kit that's pretty good, and I think it's pretty well outfitted for any situation I would run into. So I'm gonna want that, because sometimes you don't know somebody's hurt until you're right next to them and you want it right on you. Carry that with me. And then also my Frankensled light. It's gonna go with me all the time. Carry an extra battery for this. This goes on my helmet, and if I ever ride out at night, I use this all the time. It's a great little piece, and really, really like it, and would want it if I was away from my sled. I would want some sort of light, for sure. Then also, extra set of gloves is gonna go in here, and a beanie, keep me warm. So just kind of the things I would really like to have on me, goes in my backpack, nothing crazy, still keeps my backpack pretty light, and I still want to let the sled carry most of my other stuff. So, along with that, I'll also have a BCA radio in there to talk to my crew when we're riding. Super great device. And yeah, onward to the tunnel bag or on sled storage. So in my tunnel bag, carry a lot of different things that help me get through the day and help me, if we break a sled or run out of gas or all these things that happen, food, water, all that stuff I carry in there. So one thing, Fox pump. This doesn't apply to you if you don't run air shocks from Fox, but need that in case I want to change shocks, adjust. Great little piece. And some of the stuff is obviously situational, right? I ride a Polaris sled, so I carry stuff for Polaris sleds. I have my stuff to adjust belt deflection on a Polaris. That is a 1/8" Allen and a 7/16 end wrench. Adjust my belt deflection. If I blow a belt, I can change it and get the deflection right really easily. Usually carry that on my handlebar bag. Carry a rattle siphon. You can get these at any, a lot of hardware stores, automotive stores, Amazon. They're super cheap, really awesome. You just rattle siphon and you can get fuel out to start a fire or to siphon fuel from another sled, from your buddy because he doesn't use enough gas because he's a sissy. Anyways, also carry some blue paper towels inside this plastic bag for my goggles if it's a really bad day and I need to wipe my goggles down. Polaris carry ski rubber because those blow out sometimes, which I hate when they do, so I carry an extra one and can throw it in if I need to. Really great tool, Leatherman. Easy to use. Everybody should carry one. I carry one all the time, every day, in my pocket. So you better believe I'm gonna have one with me on my sled. So I've got my sled Leatherman there. I've got a tow strap. This is just basically a bunch of webbing, like climbing webbing works great. Way to rig stuff up. I might do a video later on a great way to tow a sled because I've seen some atrocities when it comes to towing sleds, and there is a great way to do it and a great way to do it without having a rider on it. Because sometimes you need to get a sled out of a situation that's pretty hard, and you don't want a rider on it because you don't want that added weight on that sled. So, tow strap, super big. Tow sleds out when people smoke trees or rip the track off or do stupid things. So, next up, the saw. So, saw is super important if you're going to build a fire, if you need to trim some limbs, cut a tree down, all that little stuff. I carry a steel saw. So this is a little steel hand saw. The great thing about the steel saws is the blades are actually warranted for life. So if you break a blade, you can just go into your local steel dealership and they'll replace the blade for it. And I also carry a spare blade. So if I snap this blade, I can throw this one in the backcountry, and this weighs ounces, and it's gonna save your day if you don't have it. So those are gonna go with me. And then another saw I carry. This is a pretty cool saw. It works in certain situations for sure. This is a hand chainsaw. So basically, it's a chainsaw blade, and it's got teeth running both directions. And put your hands through the loops, saw back and forth. Great in certain scenarios, great in certain types of trees. So always nice to have a little backup saw, nice and small and compact. Then I have another piece of webbing. This is like if I break a pull rope for whatever reason. This webbing is the one that actually comes on Polaris sleds, so you can start it off your clutch. It also works great for tying A-arms back together, spindles back together, steering columns back together, whatever. This is a great piece to have. And then a roll of duct tape, Gorilla Tape actually, so way better than old school duct tape. Gorilla Tape is phenomenal. And I just wrap it around a little piece of cardboard so it's not a big, massive roll. So carry quite a bit of tape, great for taping gear, broken bones back together, sleds back together, all sorts of stuff. Awesome. And then carry two different gauges of wire. So I have a thin gauged wire, then a thicker gauged wire for, you know, whatever it may be, fixing sleds, all that kind of stuff. Wire is super good and can help you get out of a situation. So another fixer, paracord, works great for a lot of different things. Fixing sleds, all sorts of stuff. I really like the paracord that's reflective. So when you actually shine a light on this, it has reflectors in it. So you can tie it off to things, use it as flagging. It works great. I've used it a lot at nighttime to mark locations and stuff when I'm in the backcountry. Then this is my tool bag. So this is a giant loop possibles pouch. And I've kind of turned it into my tool bag. It's a great bag, dry bag, roll top, so you can fill this thing way up. And I've got a ton of tools in here and zip ties. I'm not gonna get into every single tool that I carry because if you ride do or cat, you know, you're gonna have different tools. So I just suggest you guys go through and figure out what tools you need, what you're going to want to take apart out in the field, and you know, be prepared to do that. So I carry a lot of different tools to do a lot of different things. I can adjust a lot on the snowmobile out there, and I can really fix a lot with what I carry in the snow bag. So that goes away. Sockets, this also goes in there. And then this is just a hard case, hard case from 509 to carry an extra set of goggles, keep them well protected and dry in my tunnel bag while I ride. Always great to carry an extra set. Then, with carrying water and food and all that stuff, that obviously also goes in my backpack, but what I recommend is to carry a hard bottle of some sort. So, metal is the best. Hard plastic like an Nalgene works great too, because it takes a lot to melt these, but basically, if you're gonna build a fire and you're out of water, you want some sort of bottle that you can get warm or hot to melt snow to create water. So this is something I carry. I usually carry a metal one, but I just had the Nalgene sitting right here, so for the video's sake. But hope those tips helped you guys out. I don't think I missed anything. It's really situational on what I'm carrying for the vehicle I'm riding, what I'm doing, who's in my group, all that kind of stuff. But really being prepared in the backcountry is so important, and we can get into the backcountry so fast. You know, we can ride 6 miles really quickly on snowmobiles, so we don't realize how fast we're in the middle of nowhere and how long it actually takes people to get there. You know, if something goes wrong, you have to make the phone call, search and rescue, if you can get the phone call out, right? Search and rescue has to figure it out, or your buddies have to get ready and load up. Then they have to drive, 45 minutes to the trailhead or whatever it is. Then they have to unload, they have to get dressed, they have to ride. And by the time they get there, it's like 10 o'clock at night. So even with a good way to reach civilization and call for help or call for your buddy to bring you some parts because you're broken down, it takes a long time. So being prepared to stay out and being prepared to get yourself out. So that's why I carry so many tools, so much tape, paracord, wire, all the stuff to tape my snowmobile back together if I wad it against a tree. So I cannot stress enough how much preparedness is, and a few other things that I carry back there that I don't have to show you because it's charging to get ready to go is some sort of GPS signaling unit that I can call for help. There's lots of different companies that make great ones, so like a spot device, something like that. It's kind of up for you guys to choose what you want to use there. And then, if you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them below. I hope this video helped you guys and maybe gave you a few ideas what you need to carry. I can do more detailed videos on my first aid kit, my tool kit for Polaris's, anything else like that. Go out, have fun, we'll see you on the snow.
Got kids, I'm doing well compared to peers who always stall. Cause this life here is short, and I can't stress it enough.